Hello Starlight, it's me, Miss Samra. I'm just recording our assembly for week 2, summer 2. I've been so impressed with all of the work that I've seen. It was so lovely to see you yesterday on our Zoom chat and hear all of your fantastic facts about people who have stood up for their rights and have inspired you. I learnt some new facts too. So really impressed with all of you so far. You are all doing such an amazing job and I couldn't be any more proud than I am already. I'm going to start today's assembly with a message from a Charlie Maxey book that you all know I love. The Boy, the Mole, the Fox and the Horse. And in here there's an illustration of the horse, the boy and the mole. And this is the message that I'm going to start our assembly with. Always remember you matter, you're important and you are loved. And you bring to this world things no one else can. So please never ever forget that because it's so true. And you are all so amazing and brilliant in your own special ways. So we're going to start our assembly with work shared this week. So we've got Millie's fantastic character description. Emma made another moving mechanical object using Lego, and this one had a cog on it. It's fantastic. I couldn't figure out how to upload your video to the page, but I'm sure everyone can tell how it works. I've got Leo's character description. So at first Leo submitted just one paragraph and I commented on it and said try and do another paragraph, and he did. So well done Leo for persevering and getting that done. We've got Rocco's description in the middle and I asked him also to do another paragraph. So he did that too and he persevered and he got that done. So fantastic. We've got Leia's character description there. Really good. She told me that she didn't really she found it quite difficult to start writing, but then she had writer's block and then she persevered like everyone else is doing so well in, especially Matteo with his setting description from a couple of weeks ago. And this just shows you how important having that value perseverance is, because if you don't persevere you can't see how amazing your work can be and how amazing you can be and what talents you have, because if you give up then you'll never know. So well done to those children. We've got Fred's description of Azrael entering Pandora, and Azrael sounds like such a fantastic creature, and I've challenged Fred to draw Azrael, so we're waiting for that to come through. We've got Ada's character description here, and I think she's done an illustration there on the phone that you can see of Alex. She's also drawn loads of characters and created her own game, making her own characters. So she's done such a fantastic job because she's had so much practice making characters. So well done, Ada. And at the top there, we've got Lily's work. As you can see, Lily has actually used a different pen colour, and this is why I'm sharing her work with you, because she's used a different colour pen and she's shown her work, her editing and improving. So this is what I expect from all of you when you're doing your work. Even if you're typing and you ask another member of your family or a sibling to help, just try and do that skill of using a different colour to point out your mistakes and to try and make better improvements. I have got other people's work that has been submitted too. Andre, you've done a fabulous job as well. I've had some work from and this is when my brain goes dead. Tony, you've submitted some work as well done. I've got a list here, so I'm just going to read off of it because I always forget. So Andre, you've done some fantastic work. Emma, you've done some work too alongside your mechanical object. Jazz has done an amazing job this week. She shared it with me, and I'm not going to share the picture because I know she gets a bit shy, but she made, and her brother's in secondary school and he does food tech, she made Japanese fluffy pancakes and she put crushed Oreos in them and they looked amazing, Starlight. I can't even describe how amazing they looked. So I just had to let you all know that, because they were just great. And it's so lovely that she's helping her brother and she's learning new skills as well whilst being at home. Rupert's been submitting loads of work. Yitan's been submitting work, thank you. And Matthew, you submitted some work last week, so well done. Nana, you've done a fantastic job as well. Your character description was really good, and your handwriting's coming along really nicely too, just like Emma's. So well done, Starlight class. Lots of hard work going on this week. And we've got James's picture of an apple there. Now remember last week I set the challenge of taking a picture that brings you joy. Now the only children that have submitted pictures, and I've got another list here that I'm going to read off, is the only children that sent me pictures that bring them joy are James, Matteo, Leia, Millie, and Tony. And if someone else did send it and I've forgotten your name off my list, please let me know. So I haven't had the whole class, so I wanted to make a really nice collage for us. So please, and Honor did actually as well. So please try and submit as all of those pictures in as well. I've put it as this week's task as well, so all of you need to do it, please. And then we're going to move on to my updates. So here are some pictures. That's the picture of me hugging a unicorn, because so many of your characters had unicorn features. And they were so mythical and magical, so I loved reading about them. And then I've got two lovely happy newspaper highlights. So did you know night rainbows are a real thing? They're called moonbows, and only really happen when the moon is very full and the sky is clear with no other light around. So just thought I'd share that with you. And a museum let a group of penguins walk around and look at all the artwork. Just find it so cute. I'm sure you've seen the videos that have been released online of penguins walking around zoos and meeting the other animals. It's really funny. And then I thought I'd share a picture of me with my best friend. His name's Patrick, and we both started going back to work this week. We both trained together as teachers, and it was really, really nice to just talk to him a lot this week. We haven't really spoken much during lockdown because we've been busy working online and teaching online. But this was like the first time where we're both on the same rota. So he's working at his school in Islington and I'm working in our school in Richmond. So we've been talking lots more this week and it's been really lovely, and I do miss him. And as you can tell, we both always colour coordinate wherever we're going. So we've already decided that when lockdown's over and we can finally meet again, we're going to go to a really pretty cafe and probably take some more pictures too. So just thought I'd share that with you. This picture was taken in Prague, by the way. We went to Prague together. And then De Niro. Of course, I couldn't do an assembly without him. De Niro, again, is still struggling to cope with me working at home. Being very demanding with his hand on my hand, or his paw on my hand, whilst I've got the laptop. That's him smelling the buttercups, and that's him walking. I take him for a walk every morning, so before I go to school we go for a nice little walk. Sometimes he tries to go again and we don't have the time, so I feel a bit bad, but we're going to go for an extra long walk on Saturday. That's him waiting on the stairs on the weekend. It was like 6:30 in the morning on the Sunday, and he just wouldn't stop pestering me to hurry up so we could take him to the park. So yeah, that was him, and I was only just trying to brush my teeth and he wouldn't let me do that. So there you go, that's the kind of dog De Niro is. He's very demanding De Niro. And then that's him at the bottom right there, meeting his best friend. He hasn't seen him for the whole of lockdown. And yes, dogs do smell each other's private parts. It's a really weird thing, but they do it. And that's his best friend Milo, the bigger dog, the lighter one. De Niro's the one in the blue harness. Milo doesn't need a harness because Milo listens. So there you go. A little fun fact for you. But yes, it was really lovely for him to see Milo. And Milo actually has a sister called Millie, who I couldn't take a picture of because Millie's very hyperactive and she just runs crazy like everywhere. And she winds De Niro up. She tries to bite De Niro's ears and De Niro gets very cross with her. So yeah, that's why Millie's not in the photo. But it was really lovely to reunite with Milo. And then task and challenge. So I'm still going to keep the task of taking a picture of something that brings you joy and uploading it to Class Dojo, because like I said, I want to make a collage of everyone's pictures so that I can have a nice memory of you all and we can share it all together and keep it as a Starlite memory. And then your challenge is to read a book from a different culture and create a poster for it. Include information about where it is from, what they wear, and maybe what their national dish is. So lots of stories from different cultures, or lots of people from different countries and cultures have a national dish. So it'll be really interesting to see what stories and cultures you discover in your challenge. And then send the picture of the poster and I will share it next week in our assembly. So I will probably make a few more slides for everyone's posters, and I'm hoping everyone does this challenge. I too am going to do this challenge because Millie, Mateo's mum, has very kindly shared a fantastic link to the alligator's mouth of lots and lots of texts about different cultural backgrounds and things like that. So I'm going to share it with you on my Class Dojo post, but that is a little snapshot of the kind of books you can read. You can read picture books if you've got picture books. It doesn't have to be a chapter one. And I have read a story, and it's not necessarily one from one culture, but it's something to do with celebrating how different you are, because we do live in a world that is very diverse. Everyone's different and everyone should be respected for being different. We should all be inclusive towards one another, no matter what our skin colour or our age or our beliefs. Everyone should be inclusive and respected, because it is 2020 and everyone needs to accept that things and everyone and people are different, and everyone is different, and it's a great thing that we are different. So I'm reading a book about being different and how good it is. And I will be turning the microphone off, so hopefully it doesn't echo like the last one, because that was really bad. So I'm very, very sorry about that. So I'm going to play the video now of me reading this story. I hope you enjoy it. And I'm really looking forward to you guys completing your task and challenge for next week. I too will be finding another book from a different culture, and I will be making a poster as well. So I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys come up with. So let's play. Wait. Every new friend. The Day You Begin. Jacqueline Woodson, illustrated by Rafael Lopez. There will be times when you walk into a room and no one there is quite like you. Maybe it will be your skin, your clothes, or the curl of your hair. There will be times when no one understands the way words curl from your mouth, the beautiful language of the country you left behind. My name is Rigoberto. We just moved here from Venezuela. And because they don't understand, the classroom will fill with laughter until the teacher quiets everyone. Rigoberto from Venezuela your teacher says so soft and beautifully that your name and homeland sound like flowers blooming the first bright notes of a song. There will be times when the words don't come, your own voice, once huge, now smaller, when the teacher asks, "What did you do last summer? Tell the class your story." "We went to France," Chayla says. "These shells came from a beach in Maine. A boy named Jonathan holds out a jar filled with tiny shells so fragile they look like they'll turn to dust in your own untravelled hands." Whole family went to India, Spain, South Carolina, each of a journey. Their travels going on and on. And as you stand in front of that room, you can only remember how the heat waved as it lifted off the curb and your days spent at home, caring for your little sister, who made you laugh out loud and hugged you hard at nap time. You can only remember the books you kept on reading long after she had fallen to sleep. And in that room, where no one else is quite like you, you'll look down at your own empty hands and wonder, what good is this when other students were flying and sailing and going somewhere? There will be times when the lunch your mother packed for you is too strange or too unfamiliar for others to love as you do. When even your own friend, Nadia, will wrinkle her nose and say, "What's in there anyway?" And you'll wonder how she doesn't see the rice beneath the meat and kimchi. You'll wonder why she doesn't remember that rice is the most popular food in the world. There will be times when the climbing bars are too high, the run is too fast and far, the game isn't one you can ever really play. "I don't want him in our team. You can watch. Maybe you can have a turn later." There will be times when the world feels like a place that you're standing all the way outside of. And all the strands beside you is your own brave self, steadier still and ready, even though you don't yet know what you're ready for. There will be times when you walk into a room and no one there is quite like you until the day you begin to share your stories. "My name is Angelina and I spent my whole summer with my little sister," you tell the class, with your voice stronger than it was a minute ago. Reading books and telling stories, and even though we were right on our block, it was like we got to go everywhere. "Your name is like my sister's," Rigoberto says. "Her name is Angelina too." And all at once, in the room where no one else is quite like you, the world opens itself up a little wider to make some space for you. This is the day you begin to find the places inside, your laughter and your lunches, your books, your travel and your stories, where every new friend has something a little like you, and something else so fabulously not quite like you at all. So that's the end of our assembly. I hope you enjoyed the story. I'm sorry that the screen was rotated to the wrong way. I really need to figure that out. But I really hope you enjoyed the story and how important it is to share your story if you are from a different culture or background. Because it is important to be different and it is important to be included. So well done for this week again. And I really look forward to seeing your challenges and hard work next week too. Make sure you rest this weekend and look after yourselves. I don't know if it's going to be sunny or not, but maybe you can do some nice things indoors, like baking or crafts or even Lego building. Feel free to share those with me too on your portfolios. It's really nice to see what you guys do in terms of your well-being. So have a lovely weekend, Starlight, and I will speak to you all next